So you've just been assigned a research project and maybe you're not sure where to start. Or maybe you have a topic, but you're not finding enough information to meet the requirements of your assignment. This can be one of the most challenging parts of the research process. You spend hours and hours searching around databases or Google, but you're just not sure which direction to go. In this video, we'll explore one of the most important aspects of the research process, developing a research question. A strong, open-ended research question will help provide that much-needed direction in your research. Once you have constructed a sound research question, you will get a better sense of your path, be able to efficiently explore new ideas, and you can use it to develop a strong thesis for your paper or project. Let's visualize this using an inverted triangle. At the top, your focus is broad. This is where you would place the topic of your research. As we make our way down the triangle, we'll get more and more specific with our focus by coming up with a series of questions and keywords to refine our search until we get to the very bottom of the triangle, where we will have developed a solid, open-ended research question that will lead us to a lot of really useful information. The answer to this question is the point, or the thesis of your project or paper. Let's use an example to illustrate how this process works. Your history teacher has just assigned a research paper on an amendment from the Constitution, and you decide to write about the First Amendment. Keep in mind the parameters of the assignment. Let's just say for this assignment, you need to write a 5-page paper on the First Amendment. Good, so at least we know what the topic is, and we can put that at the top of the triangle. Your first instinct might be to pop some keywords into Google or look up the First Amendment on Wikipedia. This isn't a bad way to start. You might find some necessary information. This type of search is unlikely to result in enough information to fill a 5-page paper, but we can fill in some general information at the top of our triangle. For example, when I just search the First Amendment, the amendment comes up right away. But I still don't have my research question. What direction should I take my research? There are two major questioning categories in research: closed questions and open questions. A closed question will result in simple, usually yes or no or fill-in-the-blank answers. If you don't already know that much about your topic, asking closed questions is a good start. Here's an example of a relatively closed question about our topic. What protections are afforded under the First Amendment? I see 5 here: freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, and freedom to petition the government. Okay, I know my goal is to get more specific as I make my way down the triangle. So I'm going to choose one of these protections to do some further research. Let's take freedom of speech. This is where I might want to start asking some more open questions. Open questions allow us to explore topics more deeply by leading to new areas of inquiry. Basically, these questions lead to more questions. I've chosen freedom of speech. A question I might ask to open things up a little bit might be, what recent debates have taken place regarding the freedom of speech? When I search that in the databases, I'm led to new topics. I see that freedom of speech debates are happening all the time with regard to journalism, public statements, protests, artistic expression, social media, fashion, dress codes, etc. Now I can choose one of those topics to define my path even further. I'll use freedom of speech and social media. This opens the gate for way more questions. I could ask things like, does First Amendment protection apply to social media? Is saying something controversial on social media the same as doing so in a public setting or newspaper? What's more important, freedom of speech online or protecting privacy on social media? Has anybody ever used the First Amendment to defend themselves when cyberbullying? Now with all these new questions, I have new keywords and phrases to guide me through the next round of research. This next search will inform my final research question. Based on the information I found, I'll settle on this. How has social media impacted the way we interpret the freedom of speech protection in the First Amendment? This is an excellent research question that will lead to a lot of strong resources, solid quotes and evidence, and information that I can use in my paper. I now have direction in my research and can form a thesis based on my analysis of the information. This method for developing a strong research question can be applied to any type of research for any paper or project you might encounter. Remember, if you don't know much about your topic, start with simple, closed questions to give yourself some information about the topic. From there, you want to open the questions up to lead you to new questions and keywords and phrases so you can continue to do your research. This is all about giving yourself a path, a direction in your research. This skill takes a lot of practice. If you have any further questions about developing a research question, do not hesitate to contact your librarian.